Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So we back, and we're gonna do another episode. Matter of fact, it's a nighttime episode, but we're gonna do this one on. That's right. We're gonna do this one on why we're not talking business. We're actually not talking no business. And what I mean is, we're not gonna be talking about, LinkedIn topics and how I get my business started, what time I wake up
Oh no.
during the day. There's a big puddle right here. We're gonna have to get around that. Alright, back. We can cross right here. But yeah, so I want to talk about crossing the street. And okay, so before I even get into the topic, I just want to tell you guys, about consistency. It's nighttime right now. It's a nighttime switch from the daytime, and I told myself we're gonna come out and do some walking posts. We're gonna walk sometimes, and take these little trips together. These are my trips to the store, but we're gonna take these trips together. Eventually, these will be trips other places, but we start here for now. And building up the momentum, like we said before, because that's important. You guys are a few now, maybe one or two, but eventually, you'll be whatever you'll become. But we'll get there together. So yeah, nighttime post. I think this is number 7, and we're gonna talk about what I want to talk about is why I don't talk shop on YouTube. Why I'm not gonna be talking business. I might mention some things. I might make references, but I don't want to have a whole LinkedIn conversation here. When you meet somebody, you don't just give them your resume unless you're showing up in a suit or you're looking for a job, maybe those two things together. But the reason why we don't talk shop on YouTube. All right, let's keep walking. Walk slow. Funny enough, the walking helps me think. See, that's why we got to do these walks together, because just sitting down, it's good. We're going to do some sit downs. We're definitely going to do some sit downs where we can concentrate a little bit more. But I like these walks. Hold on. I like these walks because you got elements like that, different things happening, day or night. Yeah, day or night. And it's raining. But it's about the consistency. And okay, so the reason why is I think, we need to stop having certain conversations. Everything is about work. A lot of things are about how much money a person makes, what do they do for their work, what's their salary. And I get it, I do. But I think there's a place for these conversations. There's a time for us to have, I think, these conversations that we're having right now about spirituality and about life and humanity. Maybe we'll talk about business a little bit, but if we do, it'll be the spirituality in business. It'll be the connections that we have and why, a business might make you feel something that's maybe spiritual. That's about it. Those kind of conversations we could do somewhere else. There's other rooms, this room, even though we're outside. It's all about YouTube, baby. This is all about you. And me too. It's about us. It's how I'm getting better at this, right? But, I'm really enjoying it. And that's why I'm here. And I think that's why you're going to come here That's why you're here if you're already here. But, this is my style of doing it. By the way, I really like the nighttime. It's my favorite. But next post, we'll do something during the day. All right. So yeah, back to the topic. I think people don't want to hear it. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. I know I'm jumping around, but I have to, you know. I gotta preface some things. I have to explain away some things. Give you guys some context about what we're doing. I'm finally not recording myself. Shout out to my lovely queen. And yeah, all kind of upgrades. You guys might see there's a little something different about me. But let me watch this tree branch. But just all kind of things. In terms of context and what's going on around us. I think that's what this page is about. That's what my content is talking about. And, it feels good to be solidified in that and know myself, why I'm really here. And at first but then you really know. There's, different levels. And I like that. All right, so back to the subject. Why we're not talking shop. We're not talking shop because nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear why we think something about the industry. Why we think something that you can do can, change your life today in one move. Maybe that's real. Maybe that exists. And that would be a great conversation to have. But I just don't want to have the conversation here. I think, watch your feet on that side. You can come closer to me if you need to. But I think that, people need to get to know us. Like, there's a factor of trust, right? When you meet someone that doesn't really deal with business, and it deals more with the other stuff. The spirituality stuff, the spirit, the organic stuff. If someone you meet, just wants to work with you, that's a different relationship entirely. It's a little bit of a different part here. It's probably echoing. Good thing is I don't need an umbrella. I have to pull it right back up though. Outfit check. Oh, we're doing all right. Doing good. Doing good. But seriously, it's a different relationship. If I just walk up to you and I hand you my resume, here's my resume. Here you go. And you read it, you're gonna see me entirely different than if I shake your hand or I dap you up or whatever. And I'm like, hey, let's talk. It's a different relationship. It's day and night. And it's nighttime right now. So we're gonna keep walking a little bit. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There's a difference. And I feel like there is crossover. Don't mistake what I'm saying for these two ideas and relationship archetypes are separate. Oh, umbrella again. What I'm saying is, you can work with someone and have a friendship with them, a deep bond, as a matter of fact. Or it could just be, acquaintances. But it's kind of like two sides of the coin. They are still happening on two different sides. The way you are at work is not the way you are in your friendship, wherever that friendship may be occurring. When you leave the work domain, and when you leave the friendship domain and maybe go back to work or back wherever you're going, just the idea of how life changes like that, because it definitely does change. But I think on a platform like YouTube, where there's so much and people are interested in what they're interested in, I can't convince you with an ad to buy. Really, nowadays, I think anything. You have to convince yourself. And we already know that. Again, we're not talking about business, but we're talking about you. We're talking about me. We see ads. We see businesses. And when we talk, we're talking to each other. We're not talking to them. So if I own a business, if I'm a business owner, I'm not going to talk to you as the business. I'm going to talk to you as myself because we talk to each other. And again, I think I'm going to put the business stuff there with a pen. And we're going to continue, the organic stuff and talk about what maybe we do care about, what we do actually care about instead of what we don't. We've got another video for that referencing those people that focus on what they don't care about. Those are the haters. But in terms of what we do care about, we care about making an impact, and we care about, making an impact. And so we know if people don't want to hear something, then it's not serving them. There's some value that is maybe missing there. But we can do so many things. And I think, that's the secret. We can do so many things. You own a business, but you're a human being. Yeah, you're human too. And I'm not just talking to those people. I mean, you run yourself. You work somewhere. You make money. You run yourself as a business. How about that? So, I'm talking to everyone. We're all bosses now. Especially the way the economy is, the way it's running, the freedom, the transition from, how things are on the internet, Web3. But anyway, spirituality has got us in this place where we can be natural and we can be more easy. Things can come to us. Oh yeah, and it finally stopped raining now too, for a bit. Hopefully it stays this way. But all these things are happening to us for our benefit. We don't have to just jump into why we're so good in business and, what we did last year for our businesses and or being so focused on credentials and accomplishments that we can't focus on the ability to manifest something right now, right in front of us with the people that need our help. We don't even have to call it business. We can just call it help. But, let's call it life, because that's what we're here to talk about. And, I guess if you're to get something from this, if I'm to leave you with something more solidified, maybe just, and I've heard this from someone online before, and I follow some people that they have ideas on life, their own philosophy. That maybe we shouldn't be talking about business as much as we should be talking about ourselves. But I fully agree. And I felt like this for some time now. We shouldn't be talking about our businesses, and not in a pompous, ego kind of way. I just mean, where's the connection? And this time, where people aren't really talking as much, we're not feeling like we used to. The connection is gone. We need connection. And I think there's a place online, of course, and there's a time in the real world where we can have the conversation about what your resume, put everything in its proper squares. But for here tonight, on YouTube, and for yourself and for me, I think this is a good place to just keep it natural. Because natural wins. There's some things that maybe we don't like, right? That's not business related, like in life, when someone holds you up or they're delaying you, or just like those things when we're talking about business that we don't like. When we're sitting at work, when we just want to go home, or we just want to do, non-work things, to do those life things. We've all felt that way. We all feel it from time to time. But life has its own challenges, And I feel like we don't give life the proper attention. We don't address life and talk about it the way we're talking about all this money, all this salary, all these roles that people are doing to, make what they're going to make and buy what they're going to buy. But what about life? What about your time? What about those things that you wanted to do that you forgot about? Remember the last video, being a little bit more silent, it left me some time to think about those things that I had forgotten about. They were starting to come back to me and roll in little by little. And then a flood of ideas just rolling in. Just, oh yeah. So a little thoughtfulness, even at night. It finally stopped raining. But even in the rain, it's calming. So I think that's it. But what do you guys think on it? Not really here for business. And if I were to go into my recesses, my memories, my thoughts about what I've seen, the people that are here on the platform in this space, they're not talking about business either. They figured it out. The people that are successful, the platforms that have scaled up to be big, they've decided to just be personable. And I think that's the only way that, we're really going to have a voice here. And I think that's all right. Maybe not the only way, but I think for the most part, the business conversation is what they don't want to hear. And I think it's why they're on this space. Maybe no one has to say that. But I think there's other spaces like YouTube. I think there are other spaces on the internet. I think there are other spaces in real life where people want to get to know you more. Maybe even at the same space that you're working in. Maybe the people, the social circle, those people around you, maybe they want to get more, to know more, to feel more connected. So I'm really pondering this, and I want you to ponder this with me and walk with me. Let's walk together as we think about this. I think that's good. We got enough.